This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. In the arena, they turn the lights off and show the trailer for the movie Legendary and sneak Undertaker in to get under the ring. And the next match is for the world title. It's Kane defending against Rey Mysterio. As a reminder, on the May 28th SmackDown, the Undertaker defeated Mysterio to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way match for the world title in June. And during the match, the Undertaker suffers a very legitimate injury, forcing him to be written out of the match. And, they find him in a vegetative state by Kane over the Memorial Day weekend. And as a result, Kane accuses several wrestlers of incapacitating his brother and attacks him. Rey wins a battle royal to replace the Undertaker, last eliminating Kane, and then goes on to defeat the defending champion Jack Swagger, Big Show, and CM Punk to win his second world heavyweight title at Fatal 4-Way. At the Money in the Bank, Kane would win that ladder match for the Money in the Bank, but then cash it in on Mysterio later in the evening after Mysterio had defeated Swagger to retain the title. So that's where we are. We're sort of caught up now. And, yeah, they get a ton of time, at least for a Kane match, 13 minutes, 32 seconds, 2.5 stars. I thought they did a good job sort of telling the story. I've always liked the dynamic of, David versus Goliath, so to speak. And you get that in most Mysterio matches. And then there is the big reveal where they open the casket and there's nothing there, but they open it a second time and there's the Undertaker. And then the Undertaker sort of getting nose to nose with Rey Mysterio. There was some good drama in this. The crowd was really, really excited to see the Undertaker. I mean, it was a genuine surprise. And I like the way they did the tease where it's empty once, but then he's in it the second time. You saw it this week for the first time in 10 years. What'd you think?
It was a nice twist. I don't know that Rey got nose to nose with the Undertaker unless he was standing on a heap of Coke crates.
Well, the Undertaker crouched down and got nose to nose with Rey, who's like on the bottom rope, sort of beat up. And just the idea, you could feel the tension of Rey Mysterio being nervous about the Undertaker. I mean, what an intimidating figure, especially when he climbs out of a fucking casket.
Don't get hot. I was making a bad joke. But I can tell you this, if you're Rey Mysterio and you've been fighting Kane and now the Undertaker shows up, I mean, can't you just find a building to jump off of? Does it get any worse than that? If you're a Rey Mysterio fan, you can definitely feel his pain and the anguish and the dread of what's supposed to follow,
I actually liked the way this went down. Meltzer didn't know. He says, Kane blocked the 619 and kicked Mysterio into the casket. Mysterio got out. Eventually Mysterio hit the 619 and goes for the springboard splash, but Kane went to get his knees up and Mysterio blocked it and cradled him. But then Kane came back with a high kick and a choke slam for the clean win. He would continue. Kane went to put Mysterio in the casket, but Mysterio got out and Kane choke slammed him 2 more times and finished him with the tombstone piledriver. He went to put him in the casket, opened the lid, and there's Undertaker. Kane freaked out. Undertaker gets in the ring, went to the downed Mysterio, screams at him about why he did it. Mysterio swears he didn't. Undertaker said he believed him, and then he snatched his throat. Kane smiles. Undertaker does his slit throat motion like he's going to finish Mysterio, but then turns to Kane. Here's where we differ. Meltzer says, these dramatic swerves that make no sense are so old. Undertaker went after Kane, but Kane was too powerful and chokeslammed him and left him laying after a tombstone. Sheamus versus Orton was at least building to be a good world title match until the bad finish. This one was never close. I liked the match and I liked the story. I didn't think it was quote unquote so old. I don't know, maybe because I watched it in a vacuum today. What'd you think? I mean, did you think this was a bad match?
No, I don't think the match was bad. Maybe it's, the story's a little bit, if you go back and really sort through it, okay, a week earlier, Kane is saying that he found his brother basically comatose, right? And now he's punishing everybody that he thought might have had something to do with it. So there's that brother loyalty. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, and then a week later, now they're going after each other. Doesn't make a lot of sense if you really think about it. I mean, it's just you've got big stars showing up and in the match, and it's exciting, and you're putting Rey behind the 8 ball. But a lot of times, just for the sake of the pop, you lose the story. And this could have been one of those situations. It's as a fan, would you rather have a little bit of a discombobulated story, but get to see all the stars, or have the story intact and not see them? That's the big question. I guess if you're paying pay-per-view prices, to your point, you want to see all the stars and see them popping up at, different times that you don't expect.
Well, also too, I mean, I don't think it is a convoluted story. I take issue with the way Meltzer sort of wrote here that, oh, this swerve didn't make any sense. No, it did make sense. Like, Kane beat up his brother and made it look like somebody else did it. And when he thought, hey, I'm going to get away with it, and he starts smiling after Rey swears to Undertaker he didn't do it, he realizes, oh shit, it was my brother who did it. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good story and sort of classic old school wrestling, and Meltzer just disagreed, I guess.
Well, I guess you had to just wait till it all played out. You got the explanation.
Well, Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.